this time I believe I got it Publix. Alright, let me try to get everything locked in place. Hopefully nobody gets seasick. Turn it back a little right about there. Alright, let's see. Hey Steve, I got it where I can see chat today. We're getting there. Alright, I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. It took me longer to get set up. I was going to try to do an hour, but I might not be that long on here. But this is one of the blanks I made. It's the last yellow and black one I got. We're going to try to knock it down and do a quick roach clip this morning. So, thank you for tuning in. And hey, Opath. Put my dust mask on. I didn't wear my dust mask enough yesterday, and I could tell. I had a bunch of daggum epoxy boogers. Alright, but I'm on the mask up and get with it. So, alright, enjoy. Thank you for tuning in. Got my dust mask on. Gonna use my square. There we go. My square carbide. Knock it down. Do what I gotta do. It's not mounted that true. You can see down here it's wobbling good, but we'll get it. Good morning, Mr. Roy. Good morning, Suzanne. Good morning, Brian. I hope everybody's having a good morning so far. It's acting like it wants to bend a little bit. We'll have to see. Thanks to everybody that's tuning in. I appreciate it. Hey, good morning, Ernest. Okay, Mr. Johnny. I hope everybody's having a good morning. I keep forgetting I'm in a live and I need to try to talk. Just getting the song playing, I guess.
y'all don't use this. This is not a lathe tool. It's just what I'm used to doing. Good, it ain't working. Ooh, that ain't good.
I'm gonna start sanding it down now.
$240. Hey, thank you. I'm just now glancing over at the chat. I got my other phone set up beside me. I can see chat a little bit better. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in and watching. I greatly appreciate it. $320. So for 400. Alright, 600. Almost get to turn the noisemakers off. Alright, y'all.
Take my dust mask off now. I can breathe a little better. Oh, get ready to wet sand. We got people still here. Oh yes, we do. Cool. Thank you. All right, right here. I'm losing that. It's gonna be right there. What them 4 sections, and then up to here, and then clip will be there. I'm gonna cut it off right there, polish this end up, and then it'll be able to stand up or however lay down. That's a little bit larger than the rest. I wanted that a touch smaller, but I'm gonna work with that. Time to wet sand. I do 1,000 grit, 1,200, and then 1,500, and then I go to Yorkshire polish. Let's see. Turn that down a little bit. Again, I hope everybody's having an awesome day. Oops, not wrong bottle. Where's my water bottle with a hole in it? Just become the new water bottle with a hole in it. That easy. Ooh, I'm trying to rush. I always mess up when I rush, but I wanted to start my live a little bit earlier because I got to be off at a certain time. I like watching Jake Thompson's Saturday morning cartoons. He does some awesome lathe work and resin pouring, turning, resin epoxy, whatever you want to call it. He uses Lumilite epoxy, but he does some cool pin blanks and awesome work over there. I like watching it. Alright, wash off some of that slurry. This blank was when I was doing my yellow and black. I was trying to get a, not a certain pattern, but I was trying to stagger my colors in the blank and then swirl that. And this was one of the last ones I was pouring with my colors and run out of black. So it was pretty much yellow. Alright, got to get back here. A little more pressure. This is where I have to be careful. Too much pressure, I'm going to split it right there. But you got to get all them grooves or it's just not going to shine like the rest of it. Again, do not use a towel like this. It can get hung up in your work, flip around, slap you in the head, all that good stuff. But, you know, I wouldn't know or nothing. I'm not talking from experience here, man. Where's the paper towel? Wasn't quite ready. Wipe that down a little bit, jump to the next one, which will be 1200. A little bit of water. And in my live yesterday, I was saying I need a pressure pot to stabilize my wood. I was nervous and talked wrong. It's not a pressure pot, it's a vacuum chamber. I already have a small pressure pot. I got a little like 2.5 gallon Vivor paint pressure pot and just flipped stuff around and made it into my resin pot or my epoxy pot. But a vacuum chamber is what I need to dye and stabilize my wood. We'll get there slowly, but once I get a vacuum chamber, I'll be able to do a lot more. I got a lot of stuff that's already sitting to the side that I want to use. It's just it's a little bit weaker wood, so if I put it on a lathe, it's just gonna blow apart. So I need to stabilize it and stuff. So again, that's where the vacuum chamber come into play. We will get there slowly but surely. We're slowly gathering stuff to do all this stuff, because roach clips right here is what I'm doing. That is my main thing. It's medical legal down here in my state. They haven't gone recreational yet, but they're trying. But as far as medical, that's my game. I don't do opioids or anything for my chronic pain. I don't even take an aspirin or an Advil no more. Just my blood pressure medication, a gabapentin at night, and that's it. Other than that, it's herbal all the way. That's where some grumpy came from back in the day. Doctors had me on so much pain medication, I was just a ranting, raging butthead. Everything started changing for the better when I got away from that mess. I'm not knocking anybody who has to take pain pills and stuff. Some people have to, some people can't do the medical. Heck, some people do medical and the pain pills. It's just they hurt that bad. But pain pills, just they're no good for me. So this is my pain pill nowadays. That's why we say made in pain, because it hurts like heck when I get out here doing this stuff. But it at the same time, it relaxes me. It gets me out of my head. I don't stress about everything as much. Just zone out and have fun. This one's almost ready for the Yorkshire. Just trying to dry all that water off of it now. See, this ain't gonna hurt nothing. This gets hung up in there, it just rips. That's what you need to do instead of using a daggum towel like what Goofy Butt was doing. Alright. almost done here, y'all. Where's my Yorkshire? It's hiding. And then here we go. This is what I like to use to finish it up. It's got mineral wax or mineral oil, beeswax, and that micro abrasives in there to help polish it up. This stuff was a game changer for my sticks once I got it. You gotta get a little bit more out. Should have brought that down a little bit more right here. I said when I start these things, I never have any idea what shape I want, and if I try to start off with a shape in mind, I'll screw it up every time and then get aggravated. So I just go in there and start cutting and see where it goes. Alright, I'm gonna do this one more time with the Yorkshire. That one should be done. Still got to go, like I said, cut the end off. Turn that down a little bit. I'm going to cut this end off right here and then sand it and polish that end of it. And then, of course, put my clip down here. Hopefully on the next live I do, I'll be able to, I don't have it set up to just hit a button and switch cameras yet, so I'll have to grab y'all and move y'all from this mount down into the box mount, but hopefully I'm getting it all figured out now, and slowly, so hopefully I won't disconnect and lose y'all when I do it, but today we're not going to go that route. I'm running short on time. This is going to look good though. On there, that was the Yorkshire. Alright. Nice. Loosen it up. Yeah. Let's see if I can zoom y'all in. Touch. Go to shaky. Whoa. There we go. A little bit more. Alright. Barely see it right here. But I'm cutting it off right here. And then polishing it. Clipping it right there. Oh, we're going to use it like that. Boom. Alright. Yeah, this one's gonna have a lot of glow in it. Charge it up, give y'all a little glow shot. Boom. There ain't no black in this one. It's all glow pigment. And a little bit of black towards the end down here. Alright, turn light back on. Turn light back on. And for anybody that did catch yesterday's, hold on. I forgot that light spot back on. Alright, this is what I did. That's the spoon. I polished the end of it right there. Put UV resin, put the spoon in there, and now I still need to attach my clip right there. But and then this one down here on the lathe, we're just gonna put a clip on the end of that one, no spoon. But if y'all made it this far watching, I greatly appreciate it. Who we got down in here? Let me see. Look at my phone for a minute. Hey Todd, hey, thank you. Michael, hey, thank you. Ray, thank you for being here. Big Dog, Thank you. Runix here. Oh, we had a good little show. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed. And again, thank you. And I'm going to try to get it set up better for the next run. Y'all have a great day. And all right, y'all stay safe. Have an awesome day, everybody. Thank you for showing up.